Okay, cool.
Alright,
It's
cool.
recording. So, what's up,
Cool.
everyone? I'm Derek, and I'm the co-founder of the Hacker Collective. Today, I have with me Leonard, which is one of our very active community members, to share his story about how it's like being a hacker in the Hacker Collective. Before we start to go into this interview for this stories of hackers, right? I just want to briefly share about what the Hacker Collective is all about. So, the Hacker Collective is not a place where we go around doing bad things, hacking PCs, making people unhappy. No, it's all about the hacker mindset, right? It's all about bringing people with the hacker mindset together, all about doing things differently, finding ways to make things work, even when we don't have the full resource for it, even when we're not ready for it, even when we're not qualified for it. It's all about just doing and making things happen. And in short, it's to show you how the common layman, the common person, just like yourself, can do unconventional stuff. And this is a podcast where we bring people with different interesting stories to share their stories to get you inspired. Okay, so cool. Let's get started. So Leonard, hey, thanks for taking your time, man.
No
Why
problem.
don't you introduce yourself briefly, your background, so people get an idea about who you actually are?
Alright. Hello. Good morning. My name is Leonard. Call me Leo. I'm living in Ampang, and I'm now 31 years old. So my journey, I started learning to code when I was in age of to say in year 2013 lah. It is my age is 23 years old. I started learning to code. I learned code through codeacademy.com. I found it on internet. So from there, because at that time I started want to learn coding. So from there, what I did was I just go to Google search. Is there any courses where I learn to code or learn online, online based? So from there, I search code. I search on Google. Then from there I search codeacademy.com. Because
Okay, cool. So
the top,
when is it when you started again? Which year was it?
which year is with
That you started to learn coding?
It was in year 2013.
2013, and it's
Yeah.
2021 now, so it's been like 8 years that you've been self-learning.
Yeah,
That's awesome. Leonard, just want to understand, what's your educational background?
Oh,
What did you
my-
study in uni or?
I'm not studying university or college or any special, university college.
Okay.
I just studied at this one at Penang. I'm studying this one, computer networking.
So this was last time, is it? Last
yeah,
time.
before this data was I think I was in I was in Penang when I was 18 years old.
18 years old, you did computer networking. Was it a diploma or a certificate? What was that?
Certificate.
Oh, okay. Why did you not go to university?
Because that time I couldn't get, because my result was not so good, SPM result, so I couldn't continue for university or college.
Oh, you couldn't go to a local U lah, I assume.
Yeah, I just took a certificate lah. Skills.
What about private unis and all that?
I tried before, but it's very expensive lah.
Expensive, right?
Yeah,
exactly. That's the whole point, right? That's the whole point. You don't need to go to unis. So I wanna know, because your story is very special.
Yeah.
You've been self-learning for like 8 years, which is a bit crazy to be honest, right?
Yeah.
So I think it's an interesting story. What were you doing in that 8 years?
Actually, that time, not only I was studying, I also was working. But before this, what I did was I was studying part-time because I was working. So after work, I learned coding.
Wow.
So I just
okay.
Because I don't know why I have interest. Maybe because I love IT, so that's why I want to go into web programming. Because
when you said you were working, what were you working on?
Oh, okay. Because before this, actually I was studying at college, but after that I dropped out because of financial issue. So that's why I went to Penang to study computer networking, which is at Penang. It's an institute where they provided all the certificate courses the skills one lah.
What about your job for the 8 years?
Okay, after that, after I finished my studies, I went for practical everything. Then I worked at IT company, which is I'm working as technical support engineer, and I got a project for 2 years. Then didn't continue because they don't want to continue. And then after that, I worked at some computer shop before 23. That's what I do for 21 to 22. And then after that, while I was I think I was working at computer shop, I was decided I want to learn something lah, coding, because it's just wasting my time. I don't have, I need to upper my skill lah, to go for other thing. So after that, when I was 23, I got another job, system administrator, and then from there I started learning coding.
System administrator.
Yeah, while I
And-
working, I'm studying.
Okay.
I'm learning the code academy.com.
Code Academy. So
Yeah,
you
yeah,
started off with code. Okay, I want to understand
yeah.
what inspired you to start fresh and go into coding when you were from a systems networking background. Why did you choose coding?
Because I love coding, web programming. Because
Really? Okay.
really, what is inspiring me actually is Mark Zuckerberg story lah. You know, the Facebook founder. I
Go
don't
on.
know why I don't know why I really like him, because when I look at him, he's a software engineer. I mean, you are studying at university. I think you drop out everything. The story lah. That's how it's sold it. So when I see Facebook, it's like, I mean, like very interesting. I mean, he created Facebook and it's created for all over the world. So from there, that's what inspired me to do something lah, create something for the people, and and also give I would say, and so give to be successful. I mean, give to successful to my own lah. So that's why I started learning coding. Because why coding? Because coding is right now is very important, and in every part of industry lah. Because I see nowadays, anywhere you go, let's say you go for let's say you go for a shop, like let's say like bakery shop, then like what I can say is, let's say for example, if the bakery shop that's only open, they need website, they need some web designer or developer to develop website for them, design website and develop website for them to know about the bakery shop. I mean, the introduction background, and so let's say they want to order any they want to order any types of cakes, they can just go to the website. So website is very important. It's common right now.
Thanks for sharing that. I think this is very similar to the reason why I started learning code as well, right? When you learn to code, when you're a software engineer, you have the skill set to build anything you want to impact millions of lives. That is what really got me excited about code, right? Okay, now let's just move on a little bit more towards another question that I have, which is you did it for 8 years. I want to understand why did you take so long? Is there something stopping you, or
Okay, that's the question right now. Nobody all ask lah. Why is because the first of all, at that time it's quite hard, because most of the companies, they want experience, at least experience. They don't want the beginners, or fresh graduates. Of course, they want. But at that time, I was feeling that I'm not getting ready yet to go into the industry. I mean, apply for jobs, so like web developer, finance developer, or anything related to web programming job lah.
You were not ready because you didn't have enough projects, or what?
Enough projects and enough skill. Because
so you were going fully self-taught. You were just how do you learn? Can you share a little bit more about exactly how did you learn when you did it all alone, right?
Yeah, I did it all alone. I went through codeacademy.com, and then any articles they gave, I just go through the articles, and then I just go through it, and then they guide me how to use this application, like Stack Overflow.
Have you heard of tutorial hell?
Yeah, I got her before.
Were you somewhat stuck in a tutorial hell, going through a lot of tutorials?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I also stuck into there also.
That might have, go on, sorry.
Yeah, because at that time, I just focused on HTML, CSS, JavaScript. But they told you have to also go to framework, like JavaScript framework, like React, Vue, Angular. So from there, there's another. I mean, it's like sometimes when I'm learning also, not to say got fed up, but because you need to learn a framework. So from there, I push myself to learn the framework. Even though we actually doesn't want to learn, but we have to go to it for it, because that's why industry.
So much to learn. Yeah.
So quite long journey. That's why it's 8 years lah. Quite long also actually.
It's pretty long, honestly, right? Cool, interesting. So since we're on this topic, right, talking about the tech stack, what's your favorite tech stack now after all these years of learning?
After all this year, all that's I'm learning, because I was learning React before. Okay, I was thinking that actually Vue also is very quite interesting and quite easy to learn rather than React. Because why? Because I see that like if Vue is more, the format is more into HTML. I mean, that's HTML rendered. But if like Java, React, it's more into JSX. JavaScript extension. So I prefer Vue is more easier to understand. That's what I thought. When I open my eyes, when I go into it, I taking my time, then I saw that Vue is more easier than React.
Thanks for sharing that. Which I completely agree as well, right? We do Vue in all of our projects. So also I wanted to ask, since you're someone who was spending a lot of time self-learning code, you know,
Yeah.
working part-time, no, working full-time and then learning on the side, right? I know it's not easy, definitely not easy. I want to ask, is there a tip that you would want to give someone, a freshie, a new person who's embarking on this journey? What would that tip be?
Okay, if let's
A
say
tip
they
advice, yeah.
yeah, I mean, if let's say you want to go to the journey, I mean, don't stop learning, because I also went to the hardship, which is I also work a normal job lah, but I mean, I was working at some shops. I mean, I also was working at 7-Eleven, Family Mart, everywhere working, but
Oh, wow.
I didn't stop learning lah, because I really want to go for that role, web developer. I just want to pursue my dream, my
Oh,
future,
interesting.
and
You worked
I
in
was thinking,
7-Eleven and Family Mart as a
yeah,
what?
I was just normal job, normal position lah, not very high lah.
Wow, like at the counter, like admin job.
Counter.
That is very interesting. That is the key. Honestly, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. So you worked in 7-Eleven and Family Mart as a normal receptionist guy, you know, at the counter, and then you learn code when you go back home, and then
still pushing myself lah, pushing lah.
That is very interesting. That's really interesting. I like how you persevered throughout all these years. So, you know, you regret, you know, how did your life change?
Okay, but before that, because why? Because I'm a networking student. That's because I'm a networking IT background, networking background.
Yeah.
I'm also a student, networking student, IT student. So I don't want to stop learning. I don't want to say I don't avoid IT. I just want to go to IT line, because IT is demanding everywhere around the world.
Yeah.
Don't worry, just go for it. It's everywhere actually.
Awesome.
Even in front of our eyes also, in front of our eyes also is you only use the technology actually. So don't think that IT is no future. There's no such thing as no future. It's all actually, sometimes they make up stories only. You know, I say this no. It's very important lah. Like right now during pandemic, it's very important. Yeah.
How do you feel like your life has changed since getting to code?
Actually quite happy lah, because I can pursue my dream. As I said, I put in the effort. When I put in the effort, I don't give up. Just go for it. So actually, it's quite happy lah. You know.
That's really interesting. From 7-Eleven, from a no degree background, you self-learn code, and then finally getting a remote job as a coder, which I think is really interesting. So cool. I think that's a lot of very interesting insights from you, Leonard. Shows people how the common man can do it as well. I really like your story. You know, as a closing note, do you have any closing thing you want to share or you want to talk about? I'm more than happy to chat.
Okay. Like closing. Actually, and I think it's before I want to tell. Actually, I also dreaming to work at a startup company, because like IT startup company, but I got an opportunity. So it's like I'm working with the TAC right now. So I'm quite happy also actually that I got the opportunity to work with startup company. So what my advice is, don't give up. Just go for it. Just continue. I know there's hardships, and there's also sometimes, you know, like stress. You get stress, tension, depression, but don't give up lah. Just go for it lah. And just go through and on YouTube, just listen to some developers where they give some advice or inspiration, give you inspired how to be successful. So just listen to YouTube lah. Anywhere else,
What about a community? What about a community?
Community as usual. As what TAC thought that what they say, like what I can say is easy. Don't give up. I mean, don't think that if you go learn with TAC, and you are a member of community, like somebody member of community. So I also part of a member community. And so there's new students coming in. So don't give up. Just think that if let's say you want to go into this line, just go for it. And you say you think that itself can make you become successful, just go for it. Don't give up.
Don't give up.
Don't stop lah.
Exactly. Don't stop. Don't give up. Yes. Thank you so much for sharing your story. I think it's a really awesome story. Thank you so much. I will transcribe this into a blog and we'll share it out to let others read it as well. Okay. Thank you so much for your story, Leonard. Appreciate it. Chat soon. See you.
All right. See you. Bye.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.